All right, okay. What's up, guys? I'm back, and today or yesterday, I decided that I wanted to do this, and I'm done trading for the year, and I'm not trading all the way up until January 11th, which is my birthday, because I turn 18, and then I'm gonna be able to trade under my name, and I'm gonna completely switch from Top Step, and I'm gonna go to Lucid Trading because I like their rules and their accounts better and how they have instant payouts. But anyway, that's besides the point. And the reason I'm done trading for the year and done trading until January 11th is because I just had blown my last funded account. And I realized that there's so many psychological errors that I am making in my trading that I need to fix if I want to find success in the 2026 year. And I think the smartest decision for me is to take 2 weeks, I guess, until that Monday where I turn 18, and to just kind of recap the psychological issue or error that I struggle with while trading. And I'm gonna start with the biggest ones first, and I'm gonna keep going down the list all the way until the Sunday where I turn 18. So I feel like this will be really beneficial for me. So I could just go over what I struggle with and other people could learn too. And I'm doing this for myself because this is something I feel like is essential and I need to do. So, the first psychological error that I struggle with that I want to talk about in this series is revenge trading. So, what revenge trading is essentially you take a trade and you lose, and you take another trade, and you take another trade, and you just keep taking trades and you lose, and eventually you're going to blow your account. It's kind of just like you lose a trade, right? You follow your system, or you just lose a trade and you put yourself in a hole. But that hole you could be really easy to get out of if you follow your system. But when you revenge trade, it's just like digging that hole deeper and deeper and deeper. And what I've learned from the most part over the years is that revenge trading likely does not end in the manner that you would want it to end in. But sometimes it does end good. There's been times where I revenge traded, got myself out of a drawdown or made money. But over the course of this year, I've realized that revenge trading has impacted me in a very bad manner and does not work out. So that is one of the biggest psychological errors that I struggle with. And how revenge trading has impacted me, it's made me blown accounts on accounts. It makes it way harder to get out of drawdown. So I actually lost my account yesterday because I revenge traded and I took a trade that I know I wasn't supposed to. And I took another trade and ended up blowing my account. And it's just so hard. And it's psychology is so important because if you don't have good psych, you're never going to be a profitable trader no matter how good your strategy is. And when you revenge trade, it makes it so much easier to go on tilt because you normalize yourself to it. You normalize yourself to revenge trading over and over again. And when you normalize yourself in bad habits, it's really hard to get yourself out of them and rebuild yourself. Um, Another reason I revenge trade and how it impacts me is because of bad setups. I take a bad setup that I don't like because maybe I have bad patience or like I'm not patient or something. I'm gonna get into that in another video, something I struggle with. But taking a bad setup and you realize that that setup wasn't good, and now you're like, I need to make this money back and to compensate for that bad setup that took, and maybe you see a clean setup and it works out and you revenge traded. You still revenge traded, you still broke your rules. And usually when you take a revenge trade out of a because of a bad setup, it still doesn't end how you like it. And you'll think that setup looks better than the first setup you took, and you'll end up losing that too. And it all revenge trading it's also impacted me. It's made me way more emotional with my trades. And usually, I feel I've gotten worse with this as time has gone on. I will take a trade and win or lose, I will be very non-emotional. But since I've revenge traded, it's kind of like it's kind of like I need this trade to work out. And when I enter that trade, I become very emotional and I'm breathing really heavy. I'm like maybe even shaking or jittering a little bit. And that's all because of bad psychology, and revenge trading plays a big role in that too. And another thing is like when you have bad psychology, it just affects you outside of trading too, in your day-to-day life and with your relationships and your connections, not on the charts, but with your family and your friends and the people that you love. And that's why having bad psychology, such as revenge trading or struggling with that, is not good when it comes to this. So, what causes me to revenge trade? Um, Mainly it's I can't accept I can't accept the loss, and that's mainly due to a poor setup or rushed entry, like I said. And it's kind of hard. It is hard to take a loss in trading when you see you're down $1,000, a few hundred. That's really hard, but you have to shift your mindset from it's a loss of money to it's a business expense because no trader wins every single trade they take. And you have to be able to accept that fact and know that it's going to work in the long run over the course of said time. So, and when you lose money, that could trigger you to go on tilt and make those stupid mistakes like revenge trading. So, that's something I struggle with is sometimes I can't accept that I lost money. And another thing that caused me to revenge trade, I guess, is I'm too focused on the dollar amount rather than trusting my system. So, for example, let's say I need to pass a combine, I need to make $1,500 on this day, and I will have a target where I want to target, but my $1,500 is a little bit above that target, and price will go to my target where I should have targeted, and then it goes back down to, let's say, break even or something. That triggers me to revenge trade. And that's kind of like a different topic. That's with that's kind of more involving and having a system, not really revenge trading, but still like that still triggers revenge trading when you make, I guess, technical errors like that stem from psychological errors. And I don't know, I'm trying to go with this, but doing those things cause revenge trading. That's why I always have to implement a system and follow by it and not focus on the dollar amount, because when you focus on the amount when it comes to trading, everything goes to waste. And that's probably going to be another topic I get into is just focusing on the dollar amount in another video. And another thing that causes me to revenge trade is trading pre-market or when market's not open. So basically anytime that New York session is not in avail. So that really triggers me to revenge trade. And I think the best thing for me to do is not trade any other session and just wait till New York open. So I feel as if that will eliminate my revenge trading too. And how am I going to fix this revenge trading issue? I'm going to take setups that I'm confident in. So it essentially eliminates my urge to revenge trade because I took the trade that followed my system rather it didn't. And when you take trades, I think I kind of went over this already, but when you take trades that don't follow your system, it kind of puts you like in this mindset where you go on tilt and you're like, I didn't follow my system making this trade. I need to make this money back. So I'm gonna take another setup and force another setup. And what's gonna happen is that setup's gonna lose. Now you're in a deeper pit and it's gonna keep happening over and over again. It's an ongoing cycle. Um, I'm not gonna trade pre-market no more. I'm just gonna trade regular New York AM. Just gonna trade. And I'm gonna eliminate the dollar value of my trades and focus on the draw and liquidity that I have rather than focused on the said profit. And that's really all I kind of wrote down from my notes on this. And I really believe if I cut out revenge trading alone from my trading, I could be very profitable. And that's just one thing of maybe like the 10 things that I go over. on this series. So that's the first one is revenge trading. Revenge trading will be like the end of everybody when it comes to trading. It is, I think it is single-handedly the worst like psychological error or psychological struggle that a trader could have. And it is so hard to fix it and overcome it. It is so hard. So it's better just not to develop it, even though most traders already have. And what you have to do is just, I guess, overcome it and implement rules in your system. So that's all I really have for this video. And that's the first part of this series. I don't know what I'm gonna call this series yet. Hmm. I'm gonna call it fixing. I'm gonna call it psych fixing part one. So I guess this is episode one. I'm gonna have as many parts as it takes me to January 11th, which is my birthday. And I'm gonna start fresh that Monday on a new combine and see where it takes me. But anyway, that's the first part of this series. See you guys. Bye.